Hello, Year 6. My name's Mrs. Catania. I'm standing outside Chancellor's School because I am going to give you a virtual tour. Normally for transition we get you guys coming in and you get to walk around the school, but because we don't know what's going to happen this year, I am doing it this way instead. Hopefully this will answer many of your questions and help you to understand a little bit more about the school, but if you do have any more, you can email me and I will put all my details available on the website. So at the moment I'm standing outside the main entrance. This is where some of you may come in. You can see you can walk up from the end of the road and you might be able to come in through this way or through an entrance that is a little bit further up. Most students arrive at Chancellor's at around about between 8 and 8:15, depending on how they're getting in, whether they're coming by bus or car. But on your first day, many students end up coming through this area here, which is the main entrance. We try and discourage it a little bit because it is the car park, but this is where our main reception area is. This is the place to come if you come into school late and you have to sign in, or if your parents need to drop something off for you. And you can see our lovely welcome sign, and that is the reception area. I'm standing now outside D block, in an area between D block and on the other side we have F block, which is also the library and where our learning support area is. Now the reason I'm starting here is because D block, where many of your maths and English lessons will be, is also the area where your form rooms are and where most of you will have your lockers. It's kind of in the middle of, or at the end of, what we call the quad area, and standing here I can show you where many of the blocks are, where most of your lessons will be. But this is for you your most important point. When the first bell goes at 8:25, you need to make your way from wherever you are, whether you're in the canteen or in the playground. You come over to this area, you visit your lockers, collect the books that you need, put in books that you don't need until later and PE kits into your lockers, and then you make your way over to your form rooms. You need to make sure that you're in your form rooms by the time the second bell goes at 8:30, and that is when form time officially begins. Now standing inside D block, straight ahead through those glass doors, you can, if you look really closely, see the library at the other end, so hopefully that helps to place you a little bit as to where you are. Just showing you the lockers. If you look, you'll see that these lockers have a PIN code on them, which you will be given. Now lockers are booked through our website, so your parents will need to make sure that they do that when they get the information through, and you will be sent the PIN code in a separate email, and someone will be available to hopefully help you show you how to use the lockers. They look quite complicated, but they're actually not too bad. And if you do have any problems with them, you can let your form tutor or myself know, and we will try and help you organise how to sort them out. Now the reason I'm standing here at the bottom floor of D block is just so that I can show you that over to my right hand side, these are the stairs that take you up to the second floor. It's easy to know whether your form room is on the first or second floor, or your classrooms as well, because there'll either be a single number like D1, or they'll be in double digits like D12, in which case you go up the stairs and the form rooms are up there. Here I am back outside D block again. Form time lasts for 20 minutes. At 8:50 the bell goes for your first actual lesson, although on your timetables it will be called Sims 2. You will receive your timetables at the beginning of the new academic year when you come in and start officially as Year 7. Now I'm standing here at D block. Remember, across from me is the library, F block, and then to my right is what we call C block. Now C block is where you will have your science lessons. If you look really closely over there in the corner, this block over here is B block. That's where your technology lessons, apologies for the shaky video work, that's where your technology lessons, that's things like food and textiles and D&T and product design, those will take place in that block over there. Over to my left, you can see just the corner of A block. A block is where the canteen is. On this side actually we have mainly offices and the staff room, so most of you won't need to go upstairs on this part of A block. Just see over here some of the tables, outside tables that we have for lunch and break, and some of the chairs that students like to sit outside. And then if I just move a little bit further out, in the very corner over there, you can see E block, where some of you will have English and RE lessons. I am now standing outside one of the entrances to A block. Now A block, if you see from the side, is where we have some of our humanities lessons like geography and also languages. A block, this particular entrance, is also where you will find the Key Stage 3 Year 7 Pastoral office. So if you need to speak to me or some of our other pastoral team, this is the way to come in. It's easy to find it because it's right next to the Year 7 board. And just to orientate you, help you find your place a little bit, if I turn around, over there, that is B block. If you remember, that is where you have your technology lessons. Over here, if I twitch around, you can see the back of the library. So if you're thinking really clearly, you'll realise that across, just at the corner at the back of this image, that is where D block is. Each lesson lasts for an hour. The way the timetable works is that you will have 2 one-hour lessons. Now remember that you leave form time at 8:50, so that means your first lesson is from 8:50 to 9:50, and then your second lesson is from 9:50 till 10:50. At 10:50 you have break time and you can go into the canteen. Now the queue is normally here, so remember this is right near the Year 7 board. The queue normally is in this area here. You queue up from these doors, and we often get queues that stretch quite far down, almost to the bin, and you will then come in through this way and go into the canteen, which actually is through these doors. Break time lasts for 20 minutes, and after that 20 minutes is up, you then make your way to your next 2 lessons. Now the first lesson starts at 11:10, and you may be lucky enough to have PE in one of our gyms. After your first lesson, you've got another lesson for another hour, which means that your next lesson, lesson 4, finishes at 1:10, and then it is time for lunch. It lasts officially for about 50 minutes, but the bell will actually go at 10 to 2 in order for you to have time to go back to D block and visit your lockers. You aren't allowed to visit your lockers throughout the whole of lunch. You can go in the first 5 minutes and in the last 5 minutes only. So when that bell goes at 10 to 2, that is your opportunity to make your way over to D block to pick up any books that you need for the afternoon. Last lesson officially starts at 2 o'clock, and you'll have your register taken in your lesson, and it will be a 1-hour lesson. Now for those of you who are good at maths, you will realise that that means that school finishes at 3 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, you have a number of options available to you. We do have clubs that are running, and hopefully the clubs should be available on the transition website, if not now, then shortly. But most students, if they're getting the bus, they need to make their way over to the bus area. Now, to get to the bus, you have to go back out. And back through the same place really where I showed you that you have to go out through for lining up at the canteen as well. Now all the way over there, that is A block where I took you before. Remember, that's the bit that's near my office, but it's also where your subject lessons are for humanities and languages. Bell goes at 3 o'clock. You make your way over, possibly to D block, to go back and get anything from your lockers or put anything in. Buses leave at 3:10, so it is important that you get there quite quickly. And some of you may have clubs, in which case you will hopefully be picked up from school when the club finishes. So a very brief tour, but hopefully it helps to give you a bit of a sense of what the school day is like. I hopefully will put together also a little presentation for you that might answer some of your other questions, should you have them. If you need anything, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. My details are available on the website. hopefully we will see you in September in one way or another. In the meantime, have a safe holiday, enjoy the rest of the time of school, and stay safe. Thank you.